Oh, come on.
Oh!
Fuck. Alright, you threw it. Nice.
Doing it crap my dog.
Whoa. Barely got out of the way. You're on the sword. Whoa. Come on. Oh, man. Nice. Fuck yeah. You know it.
That's not nice.
The weapon!
Yes.
Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit, Dan. Oh! Yeah! Yeah! Come on! No! Come on, Greg! Oh, come on! Yeah! Fucking you son of a bitch!
Sorry.
Yeah, you're out now. Oh, come on. Fuck. Alright, you threw it.
We can both play. We can play co-op. Oh, okay. All right, welcome back to our Day of the Devs live stream. I'm here with Chris Charla from ID at Xbox. How's it going?
Good. Hey, everybody.
And today we're going to be taking a look at Cuphead. Now, Cuphead, if you're not familiar, is a really, really gorgeous 2D action platformer with an art style kind of inspired by classic cartoons. Is that safe to say?
Yeah, in fact, it's also made like a classic cartoon. Every frame of animation in the game is drawn first in pencil, then inked, then colored, all on paper, scanned in, just the way they did animation in the 1930s. All the backgrounds are hand-painted in watercolors. All the sound effects are done on Foley. All the in-game font or writing is done by one of the developers' friends' parents, who is a sign painter. So everything about this game, the soundtrack is done by an orchestra, is like, other than the fact that it was built on computers and is a running gun, is basically could have been done in the 1930s. They're being super faithful to the way the game is created.
Very cool. You want to hop into a level here and we'll take a look at it?
Sure.
No, you've already warned me, and I think everyone knows this. It is very challenging to talk and play a video game at the same time, but this is already a very hard game, so we may see some deaths here.
Yep, that's right. I will die a lot, so I apologize. But you can see some of the controls, and at the show build that we're showing here, and everything that's been shown so far in the game has been all boss battles.
Right.
The
I think
final
there's a conception among people that this game is only boss battles.
The game is not only boss battles.
Okay, good to know.
There will be platforming elements and traversal and that sort of thing. It's just what we're showing right now is just all boss battles.
Cool.
And I'm gonna just
off to a good start here. So you're battling against some sort of potato man. Have you talked to the developers at all about where the idea for this character came from?
So it all came from their imaginations. Growing up in Canada, these guys, their parents bought them a lot of those public domain VHS tapes at the grocery store, and so they really just fell in love with that animation style.
Gotcha.
But this is gonna be rough, I assure you. So.
Alrighty. You've also said, because people who have played this game publicly have expressed that it's a very difficult platformer, almost along the lines of something like Alien Hominid. Is there going to be an option for an maybe easier mode for newcomers?
Oh yeah, absolutely. There will be definitely different difficulty modes. You know, as the guys are doing development right now, they're really just focused on getting the game perfect exactly the way they want it, and then once they get it to kind of the level that they remember from their childhood of, you know, SNES and everything like that, they will certainly have different difficulty modes that really kind of like, you know, make it so that mortals can play the game as well.
Gotcha.
April is through.
Alrighty.
You're up.
Oof. So you get about, what, 3 hits? Is that right?
Yeah, that's right. There's not a lot of
There's also cooperative play, right? Does that make
That's
the
right.
game any easier in your experience?
Oh yeah, yeah. When you play co-op, it's a lot easier. It's just a ton of fun. Like, my problem with the game is that it's so gorgeous to look at that when I start playing it, I just want to stare at it because it looks like a cartoon, and then that happens. Sorry, I'm going to just exit to the map and try a different stage.
And if you want, I could also hop in with you. We can go to the 2-player mode and give it a shot.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, let's do that. Do we need to do that from the title screen, or can we do it here?
I think you should be able to do drop-in as we hit start, but we may have to go back.
Good day for us. Well battled. And begin.
Can you get in there? All right. I won't last long.
There's this real, like, squash and stretch, like, way that the characters move.
The animation, like what they get from doing the hand animation, in addition to, you know, probably maybe it's a little bit of carpal tunnel, just because, you know, these guys are working really, really hard, is they can do all those effects that you kind of remember from from those cartoons that are would be really hard actually to do with 3D animation or you know, even traditional 2D computer animation. So, are you in?
Yes, I'm in, I think. I love that loading screen. Sam, very cool.
Here goes.
Yeah, but you can see with 2 players, like life gets a little easier, especially if one of the players is you, who's a better shooter player than me.
So there's a couple of bosses in this demo, right?
Yeah, I think there's 3 bosses in this demo.
Alrighty. Let's try our luck.
Let's check this guy out.
Good day for a 12 lap. It's on.
But you can see it's, the character designs these guys came up with are just amazing.
Even like these enemy designs, like a small bird with a nail wrapped around it.
It's just awesome. And another thing I just want to throw out there, the developers, this is their first game. Like they had a dream and they just pursued it, and it's just been like amazing guys to work with. The creativity here is just like off the chart. So I can't wait for this thing to ship.
You were not joking about it being challenging.
No, it is a challenging game.
Here goes.
Give this level one more shot.
Can we take on that first boss together real quick before we wrap up?
Give it a shot.
Let's see if this will be the one.
I have a lot of faith in our ability to do this.
So far, it's so good, I think.
Here's a real high-class bout. And begin.
There we go. There we go.
We did it.
We're not quite done yet. We're not done yet.
Oh, no, we didn't.
You gotta get him on his eyes. Oh! All right, you gotta do this. You got a special on B. Very nice.
Thank you.
Very
First
nice.
time playing Cuphead, too.
That's
Awesome. Well, so this is an Xbox exclusive game, is that correct?
Yeah, this will be out on Xbox and PC as well.
Cool. Any idea when this is coming?
They have said that it's coming, I think they said 1936.
Perfect.
80 years. So
Right on time.
2016.
Cool, cool. And if people want to know more about Cuphead, where's the best place for them to go?
Probably ID at xbox.com or Studio MDHR has a website as well.
Awesome. Thank you so much for your time, Chris.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
Alrighty, so I am joined today by Adam Saltzman from Finji, and today we are here at Day of the Devs taking a look at a game called Night in the Woods, which is one of my most anticipated games right now. I got to play this at PlayStation Experience at the end of last year, and I'm really excited that people are going to get to see this demo because it's very compelling. How's it going, Adam?
Whoa. Should I just bellow at the audience?
Yeah.
All right. I'm good.
Cool, great. So give people sort of the elevator pitch of Night in the Woods. What is this game?
Yeah, so nominally, Night in the Woods is sort of an adventure game and a platforming game, but there's no bad guys and kind of not that much platforming, and there's not really any puzzles. And it gets really hard to talk about like oh, well, what's left?
Right.
But what's left is a really amazing script that's explored in a way that isn't usually done in video games, and just an incredible mood and a place to be. I would compare it to Kentucky Route Zero, but even that's like a weird comparison.
Right.
But yeah, I think it's pretty magical.
Cool. Well, let's hop right into it. Yeah, the biggest thing that stood out to me about this game when I first saw it, the reason I'm so excited to get my hands on it when it's released, is the writing is just like impeccable. Like this game, the characters in this game talk like actual people, which is weird because they're animals, but they talk more like the human beings I know and interact with than any other video game characters I think I've ever seen.
Yeah, the writing's incredible. So Scott and Bethany have been iterating on the script in a way that I think is like almost hard to excuse. Like even this script is incredible in the demo. This script was revised I don't even know how many times, and then most of this was thrown out and rewritten again, and it's even better in the final product. So like the attention to detail is pretty nuts. But yeah, all of it, it's weird for a game that I think is really funny. There's no jokes, kind of.
Right. I mean, I think there's a pretty easy point of reference for people who have seen like movies that might not be categorized as comedies but have sharp, like witty writing in it, and that's I think the best analogy for this. Can you tell us about this protagonist? Tell us about her story and her relationship with this town.
Yeah, absolutely. So you play as May, who has sort of she went off to college and decided, you know what? College sucks. I'm gonna go back home and hang out with all my friends where everything's great. And she gets back, you know, like college is hard. It takes like effort. I'm not into that. She goes back and everybody's super confused why she came back because Possum Springs, where she's from, kind of sucks. There's like nothing to do, and all of her friends were so jealous that she got to go to college, and they're not necessarily upset, but really surprised when she's like, oh yeah, I'm back in this awesome place. Which, I don't know, like my wife and I both grew up in a really small town in the Midwest where like the collapsing auto industry produced a very like Rust Belt, like dying coal industry type of vibe, which is what a lot of the writing in Night in the Woods is about, and a lot of the situation is about. And yeah, it's a weird vibe. It's not, again, like not like you're like, wow, that sounds hilarious. Like this sounds like a great comedic script, but.
Right. It's funny because it's a game that, hopping on the counter for this conversation, I'm noticing. It's interesting because you're right in that, like, I think at first blush when people see this game, they immediately think platformer because that's the main like verb that you're doing.
Yeah.
But it's 100% a game about the conversations and the characters, which is very fortunate because all the conversations and the characters I've seen in this game are phenomenal. So is this is May's one of May's parents here?
Yeah, this is May's mom, who is I don't know. I mean, she cares a lot about May, and she kind of takes care of everything. She's very like traditional. Like my best friend growing up, like his mom totally owned and wore that sweater, like for real. But you know, she has these like she's hooked on these like crazy dramas where people like wives go and kill all of their husbands and stuff, but it's never really like brought out. It's not like a angsty divorce thing or anything. It's just sort of like it's just sort of there. But yeah, May has some. There's some stuff. I can't talk about any of it or a lot of it because like it's a story game and there's only so much you can really say ahead of time. But May has some baggage that she left in this town that she has to kind of cope with when she comes back also.
Gotcha.
But that's kind of mixed in with going out and getting donuts with her friends and like peeing on the side of buildings and smashing fluorescent lights behind the drugstore and stuff. So it's a nice balance. But it's it's weird. They're not normal video game activities.
Right. Like I remember one interactive sequence with the donuts that really stood out to me from that PlayStation Experience demo last year. So there are also, to be clear, there are points in the conversation where you make choices, right?
Yep. Yeah, it's all, a lot of it is kind of a branching narrative. It depends on who you talk to. And none of it is branching in a puzzle sense, which again, like it comes back to this Kentucky Route Zero ethos of like, oh, maybe the conversation is more meaningful if it's not technically just a skin for a puzzle and you have to say the right thing to advance. Maybe it's more interesting if it's like expressive and you learn different things about the characters that you talk to, which is like a really dry way of saying like, I don't know exactly. There's not like it's not like Mass Effect. There's not like an emotional set of palettes or whatever, but there's kind of like, you can be relatively chill or you can be relatively not chill with people.
Sure, yeah. I mean, it's cool.
Like, great.
There was always that weird thing in games like KOTOR and Mass Effect where in order to get anything out of being super nice or super evil, you have to fully lean into that at all times. And by detaching that from the gameplay mechanics here, what you get to do, it seems like, is make the conversation that you would want to make in that moment, in that conversation, right?
Yeah, and it'll open things up. Like decisions definitely matter. They just don't matter in a, oh, you can't beat the game because you didn't get the comb from the nightstand or whatever. Like it's not that setup. It's sort of like, oh, you were paying attention and you noticed this thing and you got curious about it, and now there's like a thread. And you can kind of go follow that and like see a part of the town that you wouldn't normally see.
Do you think we're going to get to meet Greg in this demo here?
We'll see if we can make it. I'm not sure. Hopefully we can. I can skip the underground pierogi store. Let's see if we make it in time. I love old racist grandpa. It's the best.
I like that characters will occasionally acknowledge and react to the fact that you're just jumping around everywhere.
Yeah. Like this guy's mailbox was fine, and then we jumped on it, and now it's kind of fucked up.
Yeah, right.
So like, it's a approach to like interactivity that I really like, which is like a lot of the things you do are meaningful, even though they don't affect your like stats.
Right.
So like the fact that I jumped on that mailbox matters. This guy's getting all pissed off. But it doesn't matter. Like I don't get upgrades for jumping on the mailbox. Like it's just a thing. It's just an effect that I had. Well, that guy's mailbox is messed up now.
It was a good landing there. So we'll see a little bit more of the town here in a second. There's some more characters that we get to meet.
Oh, this lady's great. And these are all optional things. Like nothing in the game is like, oh, you better go talk to so and so, and they'll give you the key to the blah blah blah.
Right.
I think they're doing a really good job of having it fit in with kind of what they like. This demo is just about like go meet your friend Greg. And at 60, that's kind of all you do is you go meet your friend Greg. But you can sort of chat with people who, oh man.
Do we want to hear this poem?
We want to hear probably at least one. They're pretty deep. She's pretty emotional.
Right. A dankness.
Are you ready for it?
Wow. That's good poetry right there.
Oh man, here it comes. Here he comes. I mean, you know what it is, right?
Beautiful. There are a lot of questions raised from that conversation alone about the fact that these animals themselves have horses.
Right.
It's kind of a complicated concept.
Ooh, let's see if we can get up on that power line. No, I think you can triple jump up there. You sort of like kick the leaves around, and like the AI squirrels have this whole network of things they can traverse, and they throw the leaves around, and
Some of the best squirrel AI, I think, in any upcoming
I think it's
game.
pretty cutting edge
Some of the best,
rodent
yeah.
navigation. I would say, I mean, Bethesda has probably been working on some rodent AI navigation that's on par, but but yeah, so basically, the game itself, you're sort of back in town, you're finding out what your friends are up to, what they've been up to, what they're about to do, and kind of just, you go to pause mode. So pause mode is you get your little kitty paws.
Pause mode. P-A-W-S, pause?
Yeah, literally pause. Oh wait, let's see if we can get this open. Ooh, nice, a little flyer.
The town's motto is Possum Springs, more like Awesome Springs. I can't imagine why anyone would want to leave this place.
We'll just fold down, just get that out of there. Oh, there's like missing person posters.
There's an ad for a babysitter.
There's a whole set of like animal-themed restaurant names. So this is like, this guy was last seen behind the Food Donkey.
Food Donkey.
There's
a babysitter named Katie Washington who claims to have never lost a child at the park, which is a little defensive. She has an 8-digit phone number. Yeah, there's a ridiculous amount of, I think, character and personality to this game. If people want to know more about Night in the Woods, where should they go?
nightinthewoods.com is actually just got rebuilt. There's a bunch of info there. And I think we're going to have it at PlayStation Experience here in San Francisco at the beginning of December.
Awesome.
And otherwise, we're going to have a lot of news about it starting like in the spring.
Cool.
This is probably going to come out toward the end of 2016, but there's going to be a bunch of cool stuff happening next summer.
Awesome. Any announcements about the platforms this is coming to?
It's definitely going to be on PC, Mac, I think Linux, and PS4.
Awesome.
Hey, we found Greg.
We did. We got to Greg, as
Greg.
promised. His nickname for you is Mayday?
Amongst other things.
Greg's a cool guy. Well, if you want to find out more about Greg, head to nightinthewoods.com or follow Scott Benson on Twitter. Very advisable.
Yeah, Scott Benson's great for following all the latest developments on Night in the Woods and also live tweeting episodes of Gem.
Right.
Really, really choice.
Great for both of those things. Well, Adam, thank you so much for your time. We'll be back in a little bit with another demo, but yeah, thanks for checking it out.
Thanks, man.